The day starts with Alex babysitting Peter for Morris as he leaves the apartment. Alex hands Peter the toys that Chip had made for him earlier in the day. Looking to the local park, we watch Henry hand Rosa a cup of coffee with a good morning and a book in his hand. As Henry sits down to drink his coffee and read his book, Mary approaches and asks him about the neighborhood insights, saying that she's yet to find a good coffee in the area. As they chat, we can see Alex in the background watching over Peter as he helps Rosa sweep up leaves in the park grounds. As she and Peter sweep, Rosa spots Sam from the park as she goes through her morning walk before returning back to the cafe and bookstore. Moving into the cafe, we see Dahlia and Callum as their drinks have mixed up, sorting out the issue before Dahlia moves into the book section to research art and textiles to help inform what her next project will be. As Dahlia looks for her books, Alex comes into the coffee shop and takes his usual morning coffee. He then takes a seat while he waits for his order, before leaving and heading to the bodega to pick up a box of animal cookies. To which Callum mentions how he'll sometimes use them as treats for his cats. On this day, we see Peter on his way to his swim class, stopping at the bodega to pick up a quick snack, with Morris standing around waiting for him. Morris then drops Peter off with Gabe for his swim lesson at the beach. Peter sees the ship from afar and comes over. Rosa lets Eva borrow this hose to rinse off her sails after her morning sailing as they chat about the weather. While the two chat about the weather, Peter sees the ship from afar and comes over, interrupting the conversation with numerous questions about the boat and how to sail. Eva responds with patience and a little bit of sarcasm, confusing but sparking some more curiosity in Peter before offering to become his sailing teacher. As Peter and Eva chat, Dahlia comes over to ask Rosa about different flowers and their color palettes that she might use in her new nature-inspired collection. As the two groups finish their conversations, Dahlia and Eva walk together to the fashion studio as they prepare for their weekly meeting on the upcoming installations and shows. As the two walk to the studio, Sam recognizes Dahlia as the woman with the fashion art books from the coffee shop. She follows them into the studio and, curious about their work and life, she asks about their passions and how they go about following them. At the start of the day, Morris drops Peter off at the beach for his first sailing lesson, saying good morning and walking away as Peter begins learning about rigging on a boat. While on his own trip to the beach, Noah happens upon the rigging lesson, asking his own questions about the sea, boats, and wind while watching the lesson on rigging. After learning about rigging alongside Peter, Noah sees Callum in the distance, deciding to go see what he's up to, noticing the bucket of sea glass in his hand as the two start combing the beach for interesting finds. Deciding that his time on the beach is done, Noah heads to Chip's workshop. He goes to continue his project of sculpting a giant D&D character out of wood. Much to Chip's dismay, its size has become a bit of an issue. As the two discuss logistics, Alex comes in to work on their own personal sculpture, to which Chip takes the opportunity to break away and give him a couple toys that he had made for Peter. After delivering the toys for Peter, Chip then moves over to a third table where Gabe is sitting with a collection of blueprints, a sketchbook, and his laptop as they begin talking about their next project. A pop-up vendor stands at the park for those looking to sell their own goods. After Chip and Gabe figure out the plans for the stands, he heads out to the auditorium where Eva is doing sound checks, dropping off some playful sonography through the back door and waving at her from the stage. The following day, Chip walks to Mary's house, being greeted by her husband from the window as the two discuss how poorly built the frames were. Mary smiles at the two from the kitchen before Chip heads in to fix some of the broken cabinets. As Chip handles the cabinets, Mary takes the opportunity to have someone watching her husband to go have her dress rehemmed at the local fashion studio. Where she finds Morris looking worried, so they talk about parenting and how Mary shares some of her own shortcomings that Morris can learn from. After a few minutes of conversation, Dahlia politely interrupts to ask Morris about the upcoming schedule for pattern creations and when they'll be debuting. After sorting out the scheduling issues, Dahlia accompanies Mary to the local craft club, asking about past fashion trends, to which Mary is happy to talk about her time as a fashion icon in her youth. Once they make it to the local craft club for the weekly knitting session, Mary takes a spot next to Rosa, and they talk about how much they miss the outfits that they wore when they were younger, and how much her husband hated them for being too much. Coming in late, Alex finds a spot next to his old history teacher, Henry, sitting next to him as they both reconnect, and asking about advice in dealing with children as he's now the one who's been babysitting Peter quite often. On this final day, we see as all the residents of Bellflower have come to the local auditorium, where they watch Peter's play that Eva has been in charge of behind the scenes.